Hello guys and welcome to another car obsession walkaround. This time it is the brand new Audi Q2. Oh, it's got a nice rhyme to it, brand new Audi Q2. So yes, this is the car I'm going to have for the next week or so. And I know I'm going up in the world, right? So come on guys, you know the drill. I'm going to put this on my head, have a look around. So let's do this. Righty then, so as you can see, brand new Q2. So it's available in 4 trim levels, one of which is limited edition, and it's priced from about £21,000. So this particular model is the S-Line model, as you can tell by the badge down here. So this is the sportier model. It's got the sportier touches, it's got the sport seats, and it's also got a sporty steering wheel as well. But let me talk you through the specification. Actually, I'll tell you what, let me just give you a chance to have a look at the car before I start to ramble on. I personally think it looks really good. Now, when I first saw the photos of the Q2, I thought it looked brilliant. Then I saw a few on the road that I wasn't too sure. But now, having the chance to actually see one up close, it looks really good, particularly in this Ara Blue paintwork. By the way, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It's spelled A-R-A. Ara? Ara? Don't know. But anyway, Ara Blue, very nice paintwork. It suits the car really, really well. But you do have to pay for it. It's £775, so fair chunk of cash, but does look nice. You've got the kind of charcoal effect C-pillars. You can also have silver, and I think the other colour available is white, or is it black? And I'm sure it's white. Got silver touches down here. Hopefully if I get down here you can see the twin exhaust pipe. It does look rather sporty. You've got 18-inch alloys, which are standard. On the base level SE, you get 16. On the Sport model, you get 17. On this, you get 18. And on the Edition 1, I think you get 19, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, I think it looks really good. And one design feature I really like, and you don't really get to see it in photos, is this panel here. So it kind of tapers off, and you've got this nice bit there. And I think that's really, really nice. Hopefully, you can see it. It looks really sharp. And one thing that's different about the Q2 compared to the rest of the Audi Q range is the design. Obviously it's a smaller car, it's the smallest Q car, sorry, let me say that again, it's the smallest Q car you can get from Audi, but whereas the other Audi Q models, they're a bit more rounded, this is quite angular. You've got lots of sharp, aggressive lines, and it all looks very nice indeed. I must be honest, I'm not too sure on this grille. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be quite frank, I do think it looks a little bit cheap, and Audi won't thank me for saying that, but that's my personal opinion. But the rest of the car is very nice indeed. Well, birds are singing along. They like the car as well. So let's jump inside. Now, this may be one of the higher spec models, but there's no keyless entry. You have to pay extra for that. So you've got an old-fashioned key. Right. Got the illuminated door sills, very nice. Sport seats. Now, the sport seats do come as standard, but this particular design is an optional extra, so that's £600. That's also an optional extra, sadly, that's £150. But I have to say it's really nice. Let's step in and leave the birds to continue their singing. Right, so you've got the dark headlining, so it's probably a little bit dark in here, so hopefully those LED lights are making it a little bit brighter for you all. So the inside of a Q2, as you would expect from an Audi, is very nice. It's quite minimal, it's not too many buttons in here, and I must say I really like that. Those vents are pretty cool as well. You've got brushed aluminium on the dash, the Audi logo, very, very nice indeed. Also got it there as well. And yeah, what else can I say? It's a very nice place to be. You've got a soft touch dashboard. Okay, this bit is a little bit hard, but it you know, feels well built. Open that, it's got a nice soft open to it. So one of the key things you'll be able to see quite quickly, well, once I turn it on, is it's got the Audi virtual cockpit, and it's got a radio which is playing. Right, so it's moaning about something. So it's got the virtual cockpit. Now, I'll be honest, this is not standard. You do have to pay extra for it, so you have to get the technology pack, which gives a few, which gives a few extra things. So Get the virtual cockpit. You also get wireless phone charging and a few other bits and bobs. And it's not cheap. So I hope you're sitting down. It is £1,595. So yeah, it's not a cheap option, but I have to say this display is gorgeous. It's 12 inches. I think it's 12.3 inches to be precise. And you've got different views, so you can put it onto radio. You've got smartphone integration as well, but my phone's not connected at the moment. You can also get the navigation on here as well, and it looks really slick. You can also change the view, so you can either have bigger dials like so, but you can make them smaller. It gives you a little bit more information, or if you want it to be a little bit more driver focused, you can just kind of have the dials and have the bits in the middle a little bit smaller. So let me talk you through the specifications. So on the base model SE, which is priced at, turn this back on. Oh, by the way, how cool are they? I must say, on my drive home, this kept my wife entertained for many minutes. She really liked those. There we are. So the SE model is priced from about £21,000 as base model, and that gives you the basics such as electric windows, air conditioning, DAB radio, and so forth. So it gives you what you need, but it is a little bit Spartan in regards to equipment. Now the sport model is better. It gives you automatic lights and wipers, it gives you bigger alloys, it gives you navigation, I believe. It also gives you cruise control, so that is more generous in regards to its specification. But as I've mentioned, this is the S-Line model, so you get other features. You get driver select. Actually, that's also available on the sport model, and I have to say it's a nice place to be. You get smartphone connectivity, of course you've got cruise control. As you get in the sport model, you get bigger alloys, get these lovely sport seats, and I've said it already, but it's a nice place to be. Now this does have a few other optional extras. This does have quite a few options. In fact, those are the options right there, so that's optional. The design of these seats are optional, but the seats themselves aren't optional, if that makes sense. You've also got the comfort pack, which gives you dual zone climate control, rear parking sensors, and it gives you heated seats. That's £900, but that kit isn't available anymore. So as of May of this year, Audi changed it, so the comfort pack changed to comfort and sound pack. So you still get heated seats, but you get front and rear parking sensors. You don't get the dual zone climate control. Instead you get hill hold assist, and you get the Bang & Olufsen sound system, and that's £995. So this doesn't have the Bang & Olufsen sound system, but I have to say the sound system is still pretty good. You've got navigation as well, of course, and if I just go through here, you get this 7-inch infotainment screen, and it's very slick. Not quite as slick as that, but there we are. So it's not touchscreen. You've got this little dial down here, but it's all easy to use. The buttons feel very well made, and they feel premium. And yeah, the inside of the Q2 is very nice. I haven't mentioned the Edition 1. The Edition 1 model is limited edition, and it kind of gives you more style, and it gives you a bit more kit as well. But like I say, that's limited edition. Right. Pretty sure I've covered most of the aspects of the front. It's got the S Tronic gearbox, so automated gearbox with flappy paddles. And although I'm a fan of manual, I have to say that is a good gearbox from what I've experienced so far. I've only driven it once, but even so, I'm quite impressed. So let's jump into the back. Let's turn it. Actually, I'm going to keep that on purely because I've got lights in the back. That's optional. Auto dimming rear view mirror. That is 250 quid. No, sorry, I was well off. 120. Yeah, 125. You've got storage and USB pack as well, and that's 225. Comfort pack I've mentioned, technology pack I've mentioned, steering wheel I've mentioned, seats mentioned, paintwork mentioned. You've also got 40, 20, 40 rear seats, and that's 250 quid. So that is the total cost of this car, 32,500. But it's worth noting that this price, that is not the base model price. The price has changed a little bit, so the actual price of this car is a little bit more than that if you were to buy it right now. Right, let's leave the key there. Jump into the back. So as always, the driver's seat has been altered for myself. Let's turn those on. Right, hopefully you can see a little bit better. But even so, the legroom is pretty agreeable, and the headroom is not bad at all either. Obviously you can't see it because I've got the GoPro on my head. So the back of here, you can easily fit 2 adults here, but 3 adults is going to be a bit difficult. This middle seat, hopefully you can see that, is rather slim. So if I were to sit in it, you've also got this lump down here, which is obviously taking up space. So, oh blimey. Yeah, so if I'm sat in the middle, my head is rubbing on top of the roof. As you can see, my legroom pretty much disappears, and I'm not the broadest person going, but yeah, I'm going to be rubbing shoulders with my two occupants. In fact, even though I'm a slim guy, the two people, actually, let me take this off quickly so you can see. So that's literally what I look like in the back. So I'm not I'm not a broad guy, I'm actually quite slim. So as you can see, there's not a lot of room either side of me. So if I did have two adults sat with me, I would be getting to know them pretty well. And whilst I've got this off my head, let me show you the rear, the headroom. I'll turn this back on. There we are, it's a bit better. So headroom is not too bad. Let's pop this back on my head and show you the boot. Turn this off. Right. Oh, it's a bit forceful. One thing I will say is a little bit difficult to get in and out because it's not the biggest of gaps. That is quite intrusive. Also get LED lights up the front as well. I forgot to mention that. That's one thing you get in the S-Line model. Right. To the boot. So you can get a powered tailgate if you prefer, but again that's an optional extra. So the boot, so you're looking at 405 litres of room, which is a fair space. You can make it bigger, of course, if you need to. You can make it 1,050 litres if desired by folding down the rear seats, or if you want to have like a little ski hatch, you can of course fold that rear seat down like so. So if you want to put skis on the back, or let's say you've gone to B&Q and got some wood, you can pop that in quite nicely. So let's close that down and also fold that rear seat up, and it gives you an idea of how slim that seat is. So probably best for children or occasional use, in all honesty. Right, let's finish off by showing you the engine. So let's find the release catch. This took me ages earlier. There we go. Oh, it's still warm. Right, okay guys, so what you're looking at is a 1.4 litre turbocharged petrol unit, which produces 148 brake horsepower with 250 newton meters of torque. So it will hit 62 miles per hour in 8.5 seconds, and for top speed it's 131 miles per hour. In regards to CO2, now this engine, coupled with this car, because this car is running on bigger wheels of course, you're looking at 123 grams per kilometre, but if you had it on smaller wheels, you'll be looking at 119. In regards to fuel economy, you're looking at 52.3 miles per gallon on a combined run, but if you had smaller alloys, that would increase slightly to 54.3. Now, you can also have a choice of other engines as well. So you've got a 3-cylinder 1 litre petrol unit, which produces 114 brake horsepower. You can also have a 2 litre petrol unit, which is turbocharged as well. That produces 187 brake horsepower, so that's a really fast one. That's coupled with quattro all-wheel drive as well, so this model is front-wheel drive. In regards to diesels, you can either have a 1.6 litre diesel, which produces 114 brake horsepower, or you can have a 2 litre diesel, which produces 148 brake horsepower, much like this one. So if you want economy, go for the 1.6 litre diesel, but if you want performance, go for the 2 litre petrol. So as I mentioned, quattro all-wheel drive is available with a 2 litre petrol. It's also available with a 2 litre diesel as well. And there we go, that new Audi Q2. Let's have one more walk around, one more look. It's quite nice to see it with the lights lit up. And this is the car I'm going to have for next week or so. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe for more car obsession.